Okay, guys, we back in here. We back in here again. I know we just did this, but after the video went off with me and Lady Led, I got a lot of requests for, and I'm trying to just focus on the questions that pertain to the RV. When it comes to the solar and stuff, I'm getting to that, but I'm trying to stay focused on the RV questions because people are really about to make purchases on RVs and motorhomes and campers and pool behinds. So I'm really trying to stay focused on that because in this time right now, this is just as important as having your water filtration, having your solar power, having shelter, having somewhere to go, your bug out situation, your bug out plan, your bug out bag. This is just as important because here's the thing I want you guys to understand. Um, if you bug out, where are you bugging out to? Now, we've touched on that subject several times, and the reason I'm just pounding it into the ground, because I really need you to understand that. You're bugging out. Where are you bugging out to? Okay, that's a thing you need to think about first. Now, if everything is being bombarded, I get it. But I'm talking about you need a plan. Now, here's the other thing. Without food and water, you die. Without food and water, you die. Okay, I want you to remember that and pound that through your head. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how dumb we are. Without food and water, we die. Period. Okay. Now here's another thing too. Without healthy food and water, we slowly die. Without healthy food and water, we slowly die. If you keep eating poor food and a poor diet, you slowly become overweight until you obese, and that slowly eats away at your health, right? Okay. Water is the same way. If you keep drinking bad water and terrible water, it slowly erodes at your teeth and your insides and everything else. We don't know. I don't know if you have a water filtration system in your area somewhere close where you can go see it, but until you've seen a water filtration plant up close and personal in your face, it really makes you think. It really makes you think. So here's the deal. If you do not have food and water, you will die. If you do not have clean water, you will slowly die, and it could actually make you sick. If you eat unhealthy food, you will slowly die. It's a slow, torturous death, and all people overweight, and even myself know that you know good and well you don't feel like you should feel when you eating bad food. When you drinking bad water or you drinking any liquids, alcohols, or whatever that ain't supposed to be in your body, you know how it makes you feel. So we are going to be talking about a subject near and dear to my heart today, which is water filtration. I came into a Berkey water filter about a year or two ago. It was all the craze and the rage, and everybody was talking about it. I watched a bunch of videos, and I know how to make a water filter, so I never really, really cared. So, and in an emergency, you will probably have to make your own sand filter or your own filtration system out of things that you find in nature, which I've showed you guys. All right. So, um, once I finally sprung for the Berkey, I'm going to get this out of the way. It's expensive. It's expensive. There is no way to have sugarcoat that at all. There is no way to sugarcoat that at all, family. Not at all. I'm not going to say nothing corny to make you feel that this is just easily affordable, because it's just not. A home ain't either. But at the same time, I was watching Granny Karma's video. I was just watching Granny Karma's video. If you haven't seen Granny Karma's video, go check out her video about them stopping the fluoride in the water, so on and so forth. Okay, think about this. If our economy is to the point where we can't maintain shipments, we can't maintain supplies, we can't maintain fuel, gas prices is going up, there's not enough workers everywhere to make us function properly, okay? If there's not enough of anything to make us function properly, and we keep getting recalls on our food because there's not enough workers to make sure our food is safe. Number one, you should be growing your own food, right? Nobody's talking about there's not enough workers to make sure your water is safe at some of these plants either. We get a lot of hurricanes, a lot of tornadoes, a lot of earthquakes, and all of that stuff factors in when it comes to our drinking water. Listen, we just had a water boil last week. While I was doing a video, while I was live, I got a thing across my screen and Lady Led text me, she said, water boil alert. Right there. Just because of some storm that happened, I think it hit in Georgia, but it had effects here with our water. So it was a water boil alert for 72 hours. Basically, don't touch the water, don't drink the water, boil it and filter it. They're giving out what the alert I got this morning. That's what made me do this video. I wasn't gonna do a video because I just did one, but it was an alert that came out on water filtration this morning on the Weather Channel. Go look on the Weather Channel. It's a report that came out today. If you have the Weather Channel app, you probably saw exactly what I'm talking about. So I saw that, like, Lady Led even said, you should show them this new one because it's a game changer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you something, and then we're going to move right into the water filtration. I'm going to move into the question of lead. This was a question asked to me several times. Lead, where do you put the water at on the RV? How does that work? I'm going to show you that, and then we are going to move in filtering that water. Okay? So we're going to do a lightweight tour, but this is not just about an RV. This is about you'll be able to take your water filtration with you wherever you go at all times. I have several things of water filtration that I'm going to show you, and you can choose whatever your budget is or whatever, but I'm going to show you my favorites. So without further ado, because I know this video going to be maybe a little lengthy, but I don't want to keep you here for hours on end because I want it to be straightforward. So we're going to get right into it, okay? So I want to say hi to everybody just came into the room. We're going to get out here, and I'm about to fill up this water, start this water filtrate. Fill up this water tank on this RV. We're going to start that right now. And then we're actually going to filter it, because once your water get in these tanks, I don't care how clean you keep them. I don't care if you put a little, I wouldn't suggest putting drops of bleach in these tanks, because bleach is corrosive no matter how much you put in it. And, it's not easy to fix these tanks. So my thing is just get the water filled in your RV tanks or your camper tanks and filter it through a separate device. Don't go putting chemicals and weird stuff in your tanks. Don't, because you don't want those to degrade. Number one, you will start consuming that, and number two, it's gross. All right, so we're going to get right into it. We heading outside, and I'm going to show you. Let's fill this tank up. Let me stop talking so much. All right. And then we're going to remember, for everybody coming in, we're about to fill up the RV tank, the water tanks, and then we're going to come back, and we're literally going to get my system running for the season, because I haven't ran it yet. It's still winterized. We're going to get the system running, and then we're literally going to filter the water in 2 different stages, and we're going to I'm gonna show you a couple things. Come on, let's go. So, whew, it's bright out here, baby. Oh, I forgot one thing. Hold on. I forgot my keys. Can't do nothing without the keys. So, this is the keys to the tank. Now, I do understand why you lock this. You don't want nobody peeing in your water tank trying to be funny or something, right? So, okay, I'm gonna just open that. I'm gonna toss the key in the truck so I don't forget them. Okay, now here's something different, family. This is what we do. You may wanna and here's the trailer that I pull behind either my truck or my RV. And as you see, I got the pooper tank hooked to the ladder up here. This just comes right off, but this is our external pooper. We're not talking about that though. Okay, that's another video. Everybody wanted to know, when you hook your water up to the RV to a campsite, this is where you hook it to. Okay, this is where you hook it to when you hook it up to a campsite water system. But I'm gonna show you exactly what we do when we, let me see, you guys can see this is the water filter we use to fill up our tank at the campsite. This is the water filter I use at the campsite. They only cost like 20 bucks, but it got hundreds of thousands of gallons you could use through it. And this is the pressure gauge. Don't look at that. That's just something extra I like to do. So, all you do, oh, I tightened it too tight. Okay. All I'm gonna do, this is where it will hook to on your at your campsite. I'm not gonna take all of that off. Just unnecessary. This will filter your water before it even get into your RV. Okay? So there you go. This is the bomb. All right. Now all I'm gonna do, if I can do this good without it falling out, and I think I'm gonna have a situation here. Yeah, I need to get a hose and make sure something. I might be able to get away with this. I might be able to get away with this. I'm bootlegging now, y'all. Let me see. Cut this on. See that? I'm gonna just stick that in there like that. And now I'm filling up my tank. That is literally all to it. Now, I need to cut my tank on, because right now it's on winterize. Yep, hear it? Let me see if I can see y'all. Can y'all hear that? My tanks are now filling up. So my RV might be different than yours. So I'm gonna cut mine on like this to run through my system. Let me purge it. See it, water running out the bottom? I'm purging that real quick. And now, okay, that was weird. All right. Really weak. All right. Woo. Okay. Everybody good? All right. So let's get back up on the bus. This is it. So I'm filling the water up. And now I got to come over here and cut my water on, cut on my pump. Hear that? My water pump is on. Listen, it's purging. I can smell all those plastic pipes purging. So I'm going to let that keep filling up for a while. Now, while my tanks fill up, we're going to talk about water filtration. Okay, so any questions so far before we keep on rolling? Okay, I know it's a delay in here. So, no questions. Let me see. All right. Do you use biofilm drops? No, I don't put no drops in my water tank. What's the minimum water storage you think we should have? I don't know. That's up to you and your size family. I can't guess how much water you need for yourself. No question until you get your own RV. This will just help you either way it go. I mean, these are questions you could ask that you is going to help you get an RV or a camper, something that you need to be looking out for. Thank you, Joseph. Where can I get one of those B-shirts? We sell them online at easilygrowngarden.com. I'll put that link in the description after the video, okay? But thank you. My own design. Thank you. This is for our beekeepers. Where can I get? Okay, got that one. Miss Butterfly Effect. Can you disinfect tanks with vinegar water? I guess you could, just like you could with bleach or these different kind of tablets. I wouldn't. I just don't want anything. If you saw how these tanks are made, I just don't want to put anything in that tank. I feel I'd rather have a external filtration source to worry about all of that. Let me see. How many gallons does yours hold? 50. And trust me, you use it fast. You use 50 gallons of water faster than you will ever know in your life. You use 50 gallons faster than you will ever know. Thank you for that, the single prepper. Thank you so much for everything you do. I've been watching you ever since you started, and I have learned so much. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, single prepper. What's up, Richard Brown? Let me see. Let me go back. Is it necessary to disinfect the pipes with bleach or something? I don't. And you're going to hear different things about that. I don't do that. I just I fill my tank up and then I purge my pipes, meaning I run water through the pipes until it tastes better or feels or smells better. I don't put nothing through my pipes. I don't put nothing in my tank because here's another thing too. If you put weird stuff in your tank and you don't happen to care for or like it, thank you so much, Andale Homestead. Andale just put the website up for the shirt, my friend. She's my moderator in blue. Thank you, Ann. Thank you for that. I don't like putting nothing in my tanks. I just don't. You know, if you winterize your RV or your camper properly, you don't have to put anything in your tanks. You just don't. I just don't. I don't like doing that because every RV I've had, I've purchased used, and they would put winterized stuff in there, like tablets and stuff. You can taste it for a long time, and they say it's flavorless, and I say that is the biggest lie. So me, to get mine the way I like it, I don't put anything in my tanks. I just leave them the way they are and just run water through them, plain water. Water has enough chlorine in it to do the job, and after a while, you good. Anything after that is filtration. Can you show us how to set up your water filter you attach to your hose? I just did. It's nothing else to show. Literally, you hook it onto your hose. It's just a tube and put it in. That big gauge that you saw, that's just a pressure gauge. That don't have nothing to do with the water filtration. That gold piece, don't even look at that. I got that so you don't blow your, you may go to a campsite where, and I will let you see that. You may go to a campsite where, I guess I can show you now, because that's a good question. That is pertaining to water and water filtration. Oh, you may go to a campsite where your pressure is yeah, can you see that? Yeah. You may go to a campsite where your pressure is too high for your system on your RV. And if you go to a campsite where the pressure is too high on your RV, it's a glass gauge on there right here that lets me see the pressure. That right now I'm running 20 pounds of pressure on that gauge, okay? So that's 20 pounds of pressure, and that's about where you want to be. Man, look at them pores. That's about where you want to be. But believe it or not, all campsites are not equal. And some will be so powerful, they'll blow your system out of your this is what I was trying to avoid, getting mud on my floor. They'll blow your system out, and that's the last thing you want. They'll bust the pipes inside your RV. That's what you don't want. So, I had some other questions too, real quick. So that gold piece, that's just a pressure gauge, and it lets you control how much pressure you want coming into your RV. I have mine set on 20 pounds. That means you're gonna get great water pressure. You're gonna get a good shower in, and everything is safe. Safe. Can you use that filter on a 55-gallon water storage drink for drinking? That's what my water. I'm in my RV, Ronnie, and yeah, that's all yeah, that's for drinking. That's that water filter that I'm using right now. I'll put that in the link too, because I totally forgot it. Are there any other water filters that I recommend? I'm about to show you right now. Do you have a distiller? Yes, I do. I got plenty of videos on my water. If you go look at my water filtration system playlist, you're going to see me actually filter mud water and drink it. Do you know of any cheaper filters that are good as Berkey filters? I'm going to say I'm sure there are some. I don't even know how to answer that. I'm sure there are some. And it's videos on YouTube that literally do tests on different water filtration systems to give you an idea which one works better. Here's the problem I had with them. Before I bought my Berkey, I watched a lot of those videos that were they were judging different brands, right? My problem with the reason they kept picking different brands is because they were sponsored by that brand. And that kind of threw me off. So each and every last one that said, this is better than the Berkey. This is better than the Berkey. This is better than the Berkey. Each and every last one of those was sponsored by another company, literally. So I was like, I haven't seen anybody that's not sponsored say that something else is better than Berkey. So I went with that. And here's the other part that threw me off. The other companies that they were trying to get us $30 cheaper, it wasn't a significant enough reason for me to go with those companies and try them out when the whole entire globe is screaming Berkey. I said I'd rather pay the $30 extra to really see what's going on here. And I have not been sorry for it since. Do you ever use any kind of test on your water? No. You can buy just Berkey filters and make your own system with a 5-gallon. You can do whatever you want to do. Yes, you can. Do you ever use any kind of... Oh, got that one. You can literally just buy the Berkey filters and 2-gallon. Yeah, you, like I said, you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. But here's the thing with me with just buying the filters. I've been getting that for over a year. You could just buy the filters and just hook it onto a couple of 5-gallon buckets, right? Here was the problem I had with that. The filters cost almost as much as the whole system. If you just buy the 2 filters, right? I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to look it up for you right this very second. This is the only problem I had with that. And I had a whole bunch of people like, oh, he's saying you need to buy this. The 5-gallon bucket is bad. No, it's not. It's just kind of senseless to me. Why would you? Okay. You save a couple of dollars. What is it? $188. Let me see. Just for the filters? I want to see myself so that way I'll feel better. This ain't for you, this is for me. To make myself feel better. Because so far, what am I doing? No. Okay, I see what's happening. Give me 2 ticks. I need to see this for myself. Because if things have changed, I understand. But when I purchased a Berkey a year or so ago, man, the filters cost just as much as the doggone. Let me just look for the filters. Oh, there they go. There they go. The filters costed just as much as the whole system. Oh, those aren't even Berkey. Okay. All right. Berkey Authentic Black Berkey Purification Elements. The price has gone down. I'm looking at them right now. Let me make sure none of my information is on here. I'm looking at them for $170. I don't know if you can see that. I'm looking at them for $170. So, yeah, I guess so. Things have changed because I promise you, I did this about a year ago. And the system was 4 something and the filters was 280 something. I was like, so we can move on. If you wanna go ahead and build the system yourself, go for it. Do I have the fluoride filters? No, I don't. I don't. Let me see. In the process, making the sand filter you showed and the Berkey on the order to filter the Berkey after the sand, is that a good? I don't understand what you just said. In the making the sand filter you showed and have Berkey on order to filter Berkey after the sand is a good idea. If you need to, yeah, I guess. I'm not quite sure of how you just worded that. Oh, butterfly effect. You saw them. They used to be almost $300, didn't they? Right. Okay. So I wasn't tripping. And believe it or not, the Berkey wasn't as expensive then as it is now. So they were just off by about 50 bucks. And I was like, I ain't got time to be building that. So, all right. So that worked out. That was very informative. So this is what I'm going to tell you to even save you a little bit of money. You say Berkeys are just too high. I explained this in the beginning of this video. They are very expensive. They are very expensive. At the same time, let me just tell you a story, and then we're going to talk about these several items I got. Just recently, I can show you better than I can tell you. I don't like sitting still very long if y'all ain't figured that out. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I was putting new clutch cables and brake cables. Clutch and brake levers on my bike, right? They were gold. They matched my forks and they matched the little details. Just bear with me. They matched the details of the bike. They matched the rims and they were gold. They costed me 50 bucks. So that's cheap to replace something so important. Okay? So, here's my point. My clutch and my brake. So I'm watching this review of this guy replacing his clutch and his brake. And he said something that was profound to me. Hold tight. He said, he's a professional racer on YouTube. And he said if one more person asked him about the clutch and the brake lever and the foot brake lever, if one more person asked him about this certain brand that I just so happened to have for $50, he said he was going to get off of YouTube because he said, I can't believe that many people are that stupid. Now, those are his words, not mine. And at first, I took offense to what he said. Of course, because I just purchased these $50. Thank you, RJ Rawlings. Bear with me. I had just purchased these two brake and clutch levers. This is very important. Stay with me. Think. He said this, and it made me think. While I'm screwing this thing on, he said this. And I said, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Champion racer, champion bike racer. And I'm thinking, oh, he just want to be bougie and he talking about spend $500 on the clutch label. Everybody ain't got that money. I said the same thing. Stay with me. He said, they look cool. They are functional to a point. Why were they $50? You think you got a good deal? Well, let's put it to you like this. Now, these are his words, okay? I'm going verbatim. Why would you go cheap on your life? Without your clutch, without your brakes, on two-wheel motorcycle going 70 miles an hour is suicide. Without your brakes, without your clutch, these are the only two life forces that you have while you're doing 70 and up on two wheels with nothing around you but a little bowl on your helmet, on your brain. Your helmet is the only thing may save you. You mean to tell me, out of you just spent $4, $5, $20, $50,000 on a motorcycle, but you spent $50 on your brakes? You spent $50. Now listen, each piece wasn't $50. It came in a set. The brake, the clutch, the brake, and the foot brake came in a package bundle. 50 bucks. You mean to tell me you spent all this money on whatever you just purchased, this big important thing that is already risky? You mean to tell me you cheaped out on the most important thing that could actually save your life? That was so profound to me that I went and woke my son up immediately and told him exactly what I said, because he said, Dad, that clutch is gonna look real, it's gonna look dope on the bike. Me and him couldn't wait to put it on. I wanted to put it on before he woke up so he can come down and see the bike all diamond and blinged out, right? And I told him, son, I'm taking the clutch and the brake back. He said, for what? What's wrong? He said, and I told him this whole story. And I said, man, I feel so bad. And the guy on YouTube told the story of his friend that almost got killed with the same exact brake and clutch levers. Because there's a mechanism in there that's plastic when it should be metal, but you can't see it. That piece is supposed to be metal. So if you go to pull that brake and that little piece in there, that adjuster brake, ain't nothing happening with your brakes. That scared the hell out of me. Thank you, Black Me. So that's a concept I try to do in my entire life. I do. I be frugal when I can be frugal. I'm cheap as hell when it comes to being cheap. But things that got to do with saving my life or my family's life, listen, that it's time to stop talking about saving an extra nickel. We are in a situation in all of our lives right now. Listen, the world is at war. The world is at war. We are seeing food shortages. We are seeing dirty water shortages. We are seeing refugees coming to the country listen, right now is when you want to be cheap. We can't take that risk. You can't take that chance. Not now. 4, 5, 6 years ago, yeah, maybe. Right now is now the time that you really want to go cheap on something that can save your life. Man, no. No. And you know what? Here's the crazy part. And this is something I get from Lady Led. When I'm ready to go cheap on something, I promise you. When I'm ready to go cheap on something that really needs attention and it needs to be thought about a little more, when I'm about to go cheap on something, she like, but how more important is this situation than the mini bikes? Or why is you going cheap on that, but you went hard for the trailer? Why is you going cheap on this, but you just put this on the Harley? Man, she kicked me in the grapes every time with that. And I'm like, it make me feel bad because I'm telling you something right now that she always has to remind me. All of us need a reminder every blue moon of our priorities. Even me, I'm not perfect by a long stroke. Thank you, Stephanie. So even me, with the water filtration systems, I was building my own. And I was being cheap on that. And it works. It works great. But at the same time, sometime, man, how your time is everything. How much time do you have for water trickling through sand in an emergency? I'm just saying. So with that being said, I feel certain things right now that's going to help you save your life, help you get food, and help you get clean water. I do say, man, you might need to sell some of your, how can I put it? Some of the stuff that ain't serving you no purpose. It's up in the attic somewhere. It's in the garage somewhere. Most people got a storage facility, a storage shed that they paying for every month. A U-Haul storage or something full of crap. And they paying for that crap every month. Have a yard sale. Have a yard sale, man. And let some of that stuff go and get what you need. It's a difference right now. It's a big difference. Thank you for that, Kimberly. It's a big difference between the things that we want right now and the things that we need right now. And the world, to me, is seeming and acting like everything is going back to normal. Everybody is getting comfortable again because it's spring. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a mental human trick that's going on right now. The birds is chirping and leaves is coming back on the trees. I just seen a river otter this morning, meaning spring is here. River otters and birds, beautiful spring birds. You're hearing the birds chirping. All of this stuff looks beautiful. It ain't gray and cloudy no more, but nothing hasn't changed, family. Don't get comfortable now. Ain't nothing changed. Gas prices is still up. We do this in life, and we do this in our relationships and our marriages the same way, right? Just because now ain't nobody arguing and throwing butcher knives at each other, you think your marriage is okay. No, we still ain't talked about where was you at last night till 4 in the morning. Just because we just not gonna talk about it does not make it okay. Just because we don't talk about it for 4 months still don't make what happened 4 months ago okay. It's still bad. You can't get comfortable. Okay, now you on vacation, right? Somewhere, and y'all loving up on each other, but we still ain't talked about, man, where the hell was you at till 4 in the morning 4 months ago? Yes, we in Hawaii, but where was you at that night? Because your friend said you wasn't there with them. You said you was with them. See, so everything looks okay. Everything feels okay. But the problem is still there, and it's going to come back and haunt you at the worst time. Nothing is different right now with what's going on in this world. Everything looks beautiful. Look behind me. Leaves on the trees. I got fruit growing on my trees, everything. But the world is still at war. Gas prices are still out of control. Food is still short. Transportation to get our food and supplies is still messed up, even more so than it was a week or two ago. Family, it's not over. This is just a polished turd. Without me, I couldn't think of nothing else to say on that. It's just a polished turd. Everything is all bad. It's like one of them turds, like a dog done dropped it, and it sat so long it don't stink no more, right? It don't stink until you step in it. It's one of those. That's what this all is. It don't stink no more. Matter of fact, you might accidentally pick it up because you think it's a rock in your yard. Nah. That's still doo-doo, son. That's still doo-doo. Thank you, precious SoCal Gardner. And that's what we getting too comfortable. And I had to get that out because I don't want people to think, please don't go cheap on your life. Don't go cheap on your health. We doing that in the garden too. You know, we going cheap. I'd rather eat a Debbie cake than eat some lettuce. Lettuce costs as much as a whole box of Debbie cakes. But damn, Debbie gonna kill you smooth. She gonna kill you smooth. Debbie always give you heart pain. She always on your mind. Ask me how I know. But that lettuce gonna keep you alive. So I ain't gonna keep on going into that. Let's keep moving. Now, I'm gonna show you what I found, and I had to purchase it because it's worth it. I don't care what nobody say, it's just worth it. How many people, show of hands, have a Berkey system? How many people have a Berkey, have actually flexed and bought a Berkey for the betterment of their health? While we answer that, I am going to purge this again. Yeah, there's some water coming in that boy now. Watch this. Hear that? Yeah! There he is. Ain't seen you in a while, Mr. Water. So I'm purging my water. I'm still not going to run my hot water tank because just in case we do have one more last freeze, I don't want that to mess up. But these pipes, I can empty those real easy. There it is. There it is. So that's perfect timing because we're going to need that for our demonstration. So here we go. Hold tight. Let me go cut this water off out here. All right. Perfect for the demonstration so I can be able to show you both pieces of this the right way. Okay, family, let me I'm about to pull up a bucket real quick, okay? Because this going to get serious. When I say pull up a bucket, for everybody talk about my compost toilet. All right. I'm going to answer a couple questions real quick, and then we're going to move right into it. Any questions so far? Let me see. I bought the black filters. Okay. I'll put a link up just to the black filters too. What else we got? Any questions? So you're saying living food will keep you living, dead food will get you closer dead. Damn, that's profound. Woo! Oh, that's cold right there. I wish I would have came up with that. Hey. Man, that's cold-blooded right there. I like that. That was sweet. Question, woo, that was rough. Woo, I like that. Question, should I filter and store filtered water? And what should it be stored in plastic jugs? I wouldn't store filtered water. I mean, when you say that, I don't understand what you mean. Like, you already bought it in a filtered jug, or you mean filter it all, then put it in a jug? I wouldn't waste my time because if it's sitting in a jug long enough, you're going to have to refilter it. So I wouldn't waste your filters on doing that. Let me see. I'm dependent on absolute distilled deliveries right now. So your DIY sand filter for the garden and Berkey for the family. Thank you for that. Thank you. What's the blue holder called? I'm about to tell you right now. Does anybody know if a split Berkey filter is still good to use? I assume not. I don't know. Okay, so no questions. I'm going to tell you what I've done. What I just done was, I wish I had my other tripod out here so you could really see. When do you need to replace the Berkey filters? That's all in the brochure when you buy one. I don't know right offhand. Okay, here we go. I'm going to literally take the water now from our clean tank because it wasn't all the way full, but it was close. Oh, here come the questions. How long does the Berkey filter last before needing to be replaced? You're going to read on that, okay? Look online, and it's going to tell you. I read reviews that the plastic Berkeys leak. Did you have any trouble with that? Absolutely not, and that's what we're about to get into. How long does the Berkey filter last? Okay, read the description on that so they can tell you exactly. I don't want to mess that up. You can store water in plastic bottles with a drop of bleach. I would not do that. Do you have Berkey discount code? It's in my description right now. I don't have a discount code. No. I store unfiltered water, then run through the filter as I need water. That's what I do, Amy Dickerson. Because if it's sitting in a jug long enough, after a while, it needs to be filtered again. So why would you double filter? That means you wasted the cycles on your filters trying to. That's what I do. I store the water up first and then just filter it as needed. Let me see. How to filter muddy water. I got a video on that. It's called the Berkey. Go to my water filtration playlist. Uh, Charlene Gilbert says, I think it lasts 3 years. And that's 3 years of totally filling up your Berkey. If you said it lasts 3,000 gallons, I don't know. It's more than 3,000 gallons. I got a little look. This little thing filters 100,000 gallons. You got no, it's not 3,000 gallons at all. In 3 years, that's from filling up every single day, constantly, every day, filling up. Um, how long does it take to filter the water? That's an excellent question. The question is, you have to clean these filters. After a while, when it's just trickling through, they've dried out and you have to reprime them. You got to clean them. People think you don't got to clean your Berkeys out. You do. How do I feel about well water? What do you mean by how do I feel about it? I was drinking well water before we moved in this house. On my land, I had a well, and we drank that for 6 years. I don't have a problem with it, and it also depends on where you are. Does your well water? I mean, it just depends on where you are and what's in your water. How do you clean the filters? You literally take them out, you wipe them off with your hand or a rag, no soap, and prime them and put them back on. It's literally that simple. I could show you. So, thank you, Starduster. So I'm gonna show you right now, family. I'm gonna do the best I can to keep y'all up here with me. All right, here is the. This is called the Big Berkey. Let me back it up a little bit. Can y'all see? Okay. This is the Big Berkey. This one is the bomb. This thing right here, this is supposed to tell you how much water to put in. Do not buy this. This is the worst contraption. This thing is a liar. I'm going to show you up close. It's to show you how much water you got left in your tank because you can't see through the tank. This thing is a liar, and as soon as I find my other spout, I'm taking the piece of crap off. They're very expensive, and they're liars because you will overfill your Berkey each and every time you have a floor full of water. Okay? Don't do it. So, the Big Berkey stores inside itself, and I got the 2 filters in there. So, all you do with this, you put your filters down through here. These are just plugs. You put your filter through here, and then you turn it on its end. Fill this full of water, and it will filter through these black charcoal filters and drip through here. Now, what I'm explaining to you right now is hard to really imagine. Now, I love this thing. The problem I have with it is every 5 minutes you got to lift it up to see if you got enough water in it. Or you got to look in or keep on tipping it, and you're going to always keep making a mess, you know. That sucks. So I mess around and found this. This is 2 gallons. This is 2.5 gallons. I promise you this, family. Once you don't want to go too big. You don't want to go too big, and you don't want to go too small. A lot of people is buying that travel Berkey. In my own opinion, for my situation, I'm going to say it's too small, way too small. I did want to get the gigantic one because even though we use a lot of the water, you want to keep those filters wet. You don't want this down here full of 6 gallons of water and you ain't going to run no water through this in about a day or 2 or 3 because what's going to happen is those filters are going to dry back out and then you're going to have to reprime them. You're going to have to reprime them. And that that is it's a nuisance. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now both of these being filled up. All right, just right out the gate, and you're going to see why I got this one. I got this one for the RV. Everybody kept saying, what show us the Berkey in the RV? This is the one for the RV. So, number one, where my glass at? What'd I do with it? Here, glass. I'm not keeping up with stuff. I could have swore I just had it. It don't matter. I just didn't want to mess up no more dishes. I don't want to hear them out. Anyway, we just gonna do this. God, I just had it. Don't y'all hate when you do this kind of stuff? So I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna cut the water pump back on. And now I gotta do these dishes. And I'm gonna fill this jug up. This is coming straight from the RV. So while that fills up, this is the first run of this tank. So that's gonna be some real weird water. It smell like pipe. It smell like plastic, okay? It's clear. You know, it came out my water hose. It's clear and everything, but it smell a little different. Let me see. Is that whole clear setup Berkey? Yes. This whole setup is clear. And it actually comes with a stand that I don't need where you can put it on a lower base. This actually goes under it. So you have a stand that you can use underneath this. It clicks right in here. But we don't need that, so I don't use it. You see I'm already taking up too much space. So, what was that? So, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fill this one up. Y'all see that? This one takes 2 gallons. I'm going to just put a gallon in there. You can't see what's going on in there. I can't see if it needs to be cleaned. So every day it's a guessing game. Every day. Let's run another gallon. Every day we lifting this up like this to see is water running through. You see water ain't running through? You know why? Because it probably need to be purged again. It probably need to be cleaned. Not one drop has came since I picked this up like this. That's what I'm talking about. And that's only because I haven't used this in a while. I used this, I stopped using this about a week ago and cleaned it out and turned it upside down. I brought this in the house. That's why it's never out here when I'm in the RV, because I brought this in the house. Now I'm going to show you this one. All right. I like this. It got a cool little hat it wear. This is cloth, but I like it. All that's for is to keep the bugs out. Now watch this. You can see what the hell is going on in here. And now I can see water filtering. We nosy by nature, family. Not naughty by nature. We nosy by nature. That's the name of my rap group. My rap garden group is Nosy by Nature. That's why I got the Pickaboo cup, and now I want a see-through Berkey. Now I'm gonna put this little hat back on the top. Okay? So the bugs don't fly in it. As that moistens, that's going to speed up. And the drops are going to start flowing way faster than this. But that's it. So with this one, not only do I hold a whole nother half a gallon of water, it's easier to store, it's lightweight, and I can see straight through it. You don't think you want to see through this. You do. I'm not saying this is more durable than this, because clearly it's not. If you drop this, it may dent. If you drop this on a crease, it will leak. Same thing with this. So I'm just saying. But plastic can dry rot over time. Stainless steel is never stainless steel. It'll rust over time. So, you know, that's an argument that you got to deal with on your own. What's the name of that lead? That's the Berkey. I got it in the description box below. Yes, it's important to fill the filtration tank all the way up so that the top, well, I already have water in here. Right, you're right about that. So the water can filter through the whole filter. Yes, you are right about that. Okay, show the prime technique. I don't see why not. Y'all down to see the prime? I gotta go get the primer. But give me 2 ticks. Why not? Okay, so here's the deal. All the primer is this little rubber bushing like this. I want to show you this, and remember, I'm glad you said that, because remember this wasn't really leaking, and it still ain't. See that? It still ain't really doing anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to waste this water here, and we're going to actually clean it. Since we're going to take it off, we're going to clean it too, okay? So let's get right at that. So now that I got it off, wait. Just tell me if y'all can't see me. I'm gonna keep looking back like a thief. And I gotta flush my gray tank anyway. So I gotta waste this water. This will go in the garden. See that? That's going right down into my gray tank. So it's not wasting. I'll water my garden with that. So this is how we're gonna do this. All you do, we're gonna clean the filters off. We're gonna clean the filters off, and we're going to prime them. All you do is unscrew this little nut, wing nut. That take a second. Okay, bear with me. I know this is crazy. I'm gonna take them both off so I can do them both at the same time. So remember, I want you to remember, and then this just slides out. This just slides out. So I'm gonna set that in the sink, and now I'm gonna get the other one out. Each one of these can take 4 filters, or 2 filters and a fluoride, and 2 filters and 2 fluoride filters. You can set it up however you want to. So I'm gonna do this right now while we live. Here's the other filter. Now, number 1, I'm gonna put these in the sink. I'm gonna take this base down for now because that's useless. And I'm gonna show you how simple this is. I should have grabbed my other one. All right. I'm going to clean the barrel out in here. Might as well while we doing it. Man, I miss being in here. Don't y'all see I'm in here every day? This is why. Love being in here. I'm not going to clean it with no bleach or anything. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You're just going to degrade the metal with using chlorine and bleach. The water has enough chlorine in it. You don't need to keep doing that. These things don't need to be disinfected like that. Just wash them with a clean cloth. Now, that's good enough. That's all I'm going to do. Now, I'm just going to set this to the side. This is the top. This is where the filters go in. I'm going to just set this to the side. Now, with my filters, you can use a scrub brush, or you can use, let me see if I got a clean one. Yeah, you can use a scrub brush, You can use your rag. You can use your hand. I just don't like doing that because it looks funny. You know, but you just scrub that because remember, this is microfiltration. It's literally catching items in the filter that's clogging up the pores. You see how I'm doing this? I'm trying to make this look different than let me get my mind out the gut. Y'all dig what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. Okay? Now that's good to go. Literally, that's it. And when you first grab your filter, you can feel and a long black limousine. You can you can feel it's a little slimy when you first pull it out. Pull up to my bumper, baby, with the long black limousine. All right. Let me see. I never understood what that song meant till I was old. You know that? I used to sing that, and I'm sure that's probably why the dudes in my factory, when I worked in the factory, used to look at me a little crazy, like, yo, bruh, singing that for? Man, that's the cut. Oh, for real? So anyway, that's all. That's all to that. You make sure you put your washer back on here, okay? You put your washer back on. Now this is clean and ready to go. Now, this is how you prime it. Priming it is just utterly ridiculous. Here's the primer. You put this on right on the tip. We still there, ain't we? We put that right on the tip, just like that. I like to have mine little flush, just right there. So this can get in the hole a little bit. This is awful. In the hole a little bit, depending on, let me see. There we go. Now, this can be a messy part because this is all you do. Now, I'm going to zoom in so you can see me up close exactly what I'm doing. I'm literally going to trickle my water a little bit like that. And I'm going to hurry up, put my fingers under here and push this upward and mash this onto my sink like this. And water is going to run out through the filter. This is the messy part, like I said. Now water is going to start running through my filter. It's coming out of the filter pores now. Okay? Once that water starts running through there, I like to give it a little bit more power and do it again. Now wait. Now you're going to see it come through the filter even more. You see the bubbles? Okay, once those bubbles stop to me, and that hissing noise stop, that's the oxygen coming out of that dry filter. Now it's perfectly purged. That's all to it. Now I'm going to do this one. I'm going to just go straight for the gusto. See, this is why I don't like doing this. I like to start slow because you'll make a mess. Let me slow it down. You'll make a mess. And this is where people are like, mine didn't work. I like to start it slow. You can see it breathe. You see it kind of sweating. Hear it? Like, shh, listen. It's pushing all the oxygen out of the filter itself. Now I'm going to crank up the juice a little bit and watch what it do. Wait till it stop hissing. See, it's done hissing. Now all the water coming out of all the pores. That's it. That's all to it. Keep this somewhere in your sink where you keep your silverware. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep one in here because I got 2 of them. I got 4 of them, I think. That's it. Okay. So, that is how you prime it. It's that easy. Some people say, I don't like the Berkey because it stopped working. You need to clean it. You need to wipe it out. It's no different than anything else. It's filtering crap out of your water. And where do you think that crap goes after it's filtered? It's stuck up in that top bucket. You got to clean that bucket out. So now it's as easy as putting the filter back through the hole you got sewed. Make sure your rubber washer is on. and putting your wing nut back on. Yeah, somebody said to many men, that's it? That's all you got? Baby, hey, got a lot done in that minute, you know. Got a lot done. That's all, you know. I gave you the cliff notes on that shit. I wasn't here for the semester, baby. You know. I ain't trying to be here for the whole semester, you know. I just wanted to get my credits and get out, huh? I'm not going for my PhD in this one right here, baby girl. So that's all you got to do. This is just the cliff notes. Simple. Now, we're going to get the bottom back up. And you're just going to set this back on top and watch how much better it works now. I'm going to bring you up close because I know this, I'm going to make a mess. Where's my jug at? Let's fill it back up again. Filling up our water. While the water's filling up, any quick questions? Yeah, keep it simple. Just get the job done. My line's still purging. They be pooting every now and then. I know exactly what to do when mine comes in. Trust me, don't try to use this without purging it. Without priming it. Don't. You're going to waste your time. Because the water will not filter through it if you don't prime it. So, I'm going to fill this up. We should immediately start hearing water trickle down through this. Watch this. Listen. Remember before, it wasn't happening. Nothing. Now watch when I put the second gallon in. Like somebody just said, you got to make sure your filters is covered so more water will filter through that whole filter. Somebody said it take a couple minutes, but priming is everything. Yes, it is. When it comes to these filters, how many filters? Or if that's a good one, if you put the other 2 filters in there, the water will even filter faster, and you will have even more filtration cycles on your Berkey. Now, I'm going to add this other gallon, with this being a 2 gallon and all. And I'm literally bringing that all the way up. Listen to her now. Now watch this. This will be empty in about 30 minutes. It don't look like much, do it? But this will also give you an idea when you let your toilet be running and dripping like this, or your faucet running like this. Imagine this is 2 gallons. So if this is done in about a half an hour to an hour, you will waste 2 gallons on your water bill every month just by letting that thing drip like that. I'm talking about on your house. You letting your sink drip like that. So I'm going to actually get me something to drink out of this bad boy over here. I don't want to drink out of that. I got to do dishes anyway. Hey, I got water. Hold on. We got water. I'm going to sit down and then we're going to talk about it. So, this is your home away from home, family. This is your second home. Please don't think that this is bougie and this is unreachable. I don't ever have to worry about nowhere else. If I need to go somewhere else, I don't have to worry about it ever. So, with that, I'm just gonna fill her up. I can see how much is left in there, when it need to be filled, when I need to mess with it, when I need to leave it alone. All right. Now, any questions? What is bad about the fluoride filters? I don't know. I don't get all into that. I don't get all into the fluoride filters. I look at it like this. If you don't want fluoride, great. If you want fluoride, just take the fluoride tablets. That's a thing that I'm not going to get into that conspiracy crap. But here's the thing about the fluoride. And I'm going to just touch on it. I hate doing this because it starts up stuff. If you want kids to have fluoride, why didn't you make fluoride in chewable gummies like you made everything else? Why you make it so everybody gotta have it? You give us multivitamins, why didn't you put that in the water? So I'm not gonna go down that alley. All right. Cause that just get weird. Okay, any questions? You hear a draft behind me. Let me see. I saw a nice RV wife husband pass. She was selling it at 14,000. It's sold quick. Did anybody do the homework I said last night and look on Facebook Market? Cause I did. Right after we got off, we went on Facebook Market and we was cracking up. Cause they had some stuff on Facebook Market in just say in a 200-mile radius. Whoa, burn up. One of them definitely. I think what was that movie? Jeepers Creepers, the Jeeper Creeper van. He wanted 25,000 for the Jeeper Creepers van. Yeah, I can prove it. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about fluoride because I don't even listen. To each his own with that. Then once we start talking about fluoride, we can start talking about MSG and all other kind of strange stuff. That they 1 minute they say it's good for us, the next minute they say it ain't. Remember, eggs used to kill you. 1 minute eggs, you need to have egg for breakfast. Then they say egg give you high cholesterol. Now we back on eggs is good for you again. Man, that's why I don't get all into that stuff too much. I get into stuff I can prove. This water does not taste like what came out of that sink. That's proven to me right this very second. I don't need to hear no scientists talk about it. That right there, look, that tastes way different than what the hell I tasted coming fresh out that sink. Is the Berkey a filtration system? Yes. Both of them are Berkeys and both of them are filtering the water at this very second. Is that a 5-gallon that has a filter attached? No, both of these are like 2 and 2. This is 2 gallons, this is 2.5 gallons, and they both have filters. When did you get the where did you get the plastic filtration system from? It is down in my description box below this video. If you look down in the description box under the screen that you're looking at, it's right there. You can go directly to the link. Oh, let's start on something real quick. This is $300. They have several in there that's different prices. But no matter which one you click on, it's like right now it's like 307 or something like that. Unless the price goes up. Tips on storage during long periods of use. Long periods of non-use. You're going to be using this every day. If we're talking about the Berkey, you're going to be using this every day no matter where you go. I promise you that. And if you want to store it, it's going to store itself. Once you dry out the filters, they're dry. And you have to just reprime them again whenever you need it. Do they work equally or is one better? They work equally. They work exactly the same. Now this is knowledge that I have from, I've been using this for over a year And I've been using this for about 6, 7 months. Thanks to my wife, me and Berkey water filter got me a Berkey water filter last Christmas. Love it. Thank you, Jerome. Because I'm telling you, I thought it was very expensive. But when we had the water crunch crisis a while back, I was like, I'm not taking no more chances. I'm not taking no more chances, you know? Hey, look, sorry I was off topic. I didn't see what you was talking about. Can it filter rainwater? Yes. So, it filters all kind of water. Now, the difference, when you start putting mud in there, remember, you got to clean that crap out of there. So I will go with a sand filter like I built first to clean out mud. And once that gets clear, I will put it through here. And if you got it out of the drain, storm drain or something, I will still boil it afterwards. Add a drop of chlorine or something. You should use it every day because you spend so much on the Berkey. Right. I use it for everything, my coffee, and I'm about to do that in a minute. It's worth, okay, Jane says it's worth it. I used to buy reverse osmosis and that got expensive. And you know, some other people are having like the Culligan type water bottles delivered to their house. You add that up, and people think that's not expensive, but if you add that up over a year and then add this, that costs more than this, and this will last you forever. See, I have the big one and use it to rinse my vegetables too. Okay. How much are the filters and how long do the filters last? If you go on a link below this video in the description box, you can go and ask. That link is going to tell you everything about the filters and everything. Sylvia Jackson says, I have the travel Berkey and use it every day. Bought it with my stimulus last year. Now, that was the smartest thing to do with that stimulus money. The water drop system is a little cheaper. Do you know anything about that one? No, I don't, unfortunately. No, I don't. From the looks of the water, your RV isn't level. I'm in a moving house. Now, if we was inside my house and it wasn't level, we have a problem. But I'm in a, you said it yourself, I'm in an RV. How do I prime it if the water system in the house is shut off? If the water system in the house is shut off, I get what you're saying. Like you saying, like if you like live in a tent. I don't know. I just don't have an answer to that question. I just don't. I think if you submerged the filters long enough. Oh. You know what? I take that back. Number one, if you submerge them long enough, eventually it will let the air out. But they do have a hand pump priming system. Boom! I forgot about that. They have a hand pump filtration system where you can put water in it and you pump the water through it yourself. Woo! I'm glad I thought of that because that was a hell of a question. I was like, I don't know if this person is messing with me or. Thank you for that, though. I think that's something we all need to have thought about because you may be in a place where you don't have water pressure in an RV or in a house. You may need to collect rainwater. How's you gonna get that pressure through there? Excellent question. Good one. I didn't think of that. I'm gonna start saying that one right there. Cause I good one. Good one. But you may want to look into the hand pump, or you know something? Now that I think about it, what would probably be even cheaper, you know, the hand pump, the hand like you pump out a boat, your boat is flooded and you pump it out. You could hook that right to the tube of that and pump water straight through it. That'll probably be cheaper because I'm pretty sure that hand pump is gonna be expensive. Let me see right here. Uh, Best to get the hand pump when you buy it. Somebody just said that. How do you brace the Berkey when on the road? I don't. We just put it away, and once we stop, we fill it up. Have you have you ever sorry, have you ever had it grow mold here in San Antonio? You listen, I promise you, you won't have this sitting around long enough to grow any mold in it. I promise you. This water, you're going to constantly be filling it up and using it. Filling it up and using it. That's why I say make sure you get the right size for you. I'm going to say for the average family of four, at least start with a 2.5 gallon. Start with a 2.5 gallon. If you drink coffee and stuff every day and you cook with water all the time and you're worried about those minerals being in your pots, that's that white stuff to be burnt when you burn some water. Let water burn out you. That's the white stuff around the pot. I would start at a 2.5. When you look at the price differences, I would start with a 2.5 either way. I wouldn't go no lower than a 2.5, even if you're a single person and you don't use it much. Let me see. I can't find the distiller you use on Amazon. The look at the description box below this video. I got it. I made sure I put that in the description box before I even started the video today, so I don't forget. Sometimes I forget, but it's down in the description box. So I'm trying to help everybody that need a little bit of help with this situation because I get a lot of questions about the water in the RV. Where does it go? How do you use the water? And how do you filter the water if you need to filter the water? As a matter of fact, I'm going to take y'all one more place that I don't mind you seeing. It's not my bedroom. I'm going to take you, as soon as I drink a little bit more water, I'm going to take you guava. We're going to purge the bathroom sink. Maybe silly question, but after filtration, is the water alkaline? I have no idea. I have no idea. This is why I understand everybody looking for alkaline water. I get that, but I promise you that's not my goal per se. My goal is survival. So, and I think that's where a lot of us get our signals mixed, where everybody like that ain't right, lad, and I get that, but my mental is always set on hardcore survival. I'm not going to give a crap is if the water is alkaline or not, or the pH in the water when I'm trying to survive. If you're talking about just for your health and everything else on a normal everyday basis, you may want to get your testers and you know, I'm sure there's ways to fix that. Now, Lady Lead is on another level of the game. Lady Lead is always thinking of everyday dramatic situations. And that's where she always hit me with, babe, it's not the apocalypse today. We don't got to go that hard today. So, but when we do get apocalyptic type situations, I got this. When we do get the everyday type situations, what Lady Led, my wife, say, it always works. So we meet halfway. My brain, when you ask me, if you ask Lady Led that same question, she gonna give you another answer. Me, I only care about, is this water going to kill me or not? That's all. Let me see. Do you know where to get my Berkey removed city water chlorine? I did test strips from before and after. My city has lots of chlorine. How many gallons of water does your RV tank hold? 50 gallons. We literally was in here talking and it filled up almost 50 gallons of water. Tiffany Sims, I'm curious about your the name. Going to scroll up to check. The name? I don't know what that was. Let me see. Did you know it was a good idea to put a silver dollar at the bottom of the chamber to preserve the water longer? Silver wards off bacteria. I know. I've heard that. I've heard that. I've never done it, but I've heard it. Question: I just watched a video about making a chicken water feeder. Where do you recommend I get chickens and what breed? I'm going to do another chicken video tomorrow, okay? And I'll be able to answer all of those questions because there's a lot more to it than that. Let me see. Lady Led's channel is Lady Led here on YouTube. Lady Led. Or you can email her at ladyled73@yahoo.com. All right. So I'm going to prime this up and I'm going to just be looking for any other questions. Y'all know I'm going to have to pee like crazy later. The more what here, you know what? Guess what? I left out the biggest thing. You're going to drink more water. I don't know not one single soul that enjoys sitting back and just drinking sink water. That's why we drink so much pop and soda and juice. Nobody just drinks water. You know why? Because I'm going to tell you something. Hold on. I'm going to answer this, then I'm going to go. I purchased Alexa Pure. I was told it's better than the Berkey for well water. Do you agree? I have no idea because I don't know about that system. If that's what you want to believe, I mean, do more research, but I'm not familiar with that system. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. How many, show of hands, be honest too. Don't nobody know you here. Be honest. How many people they have to force themselves to drink water? I'm talking about normal water, not unfiltered. I ain't talking about bottled water. I'm talking about just getting some water out the sink. How many people, I'm going to put my hand up first. How many people got to force themselves to drink water? Honestly, be honest with yourself. Like James Brown said, do right by yourself. Do right by yourself. Don't lie. You know good and well you would take an ice cold pop or an ice cold glass of apple juice 100 times fold over some ice cold water. You probably putting in Lipton iced tea packets. You rather make tea out of the water. You rather make coffee out of the water. It's never just plain water. You try to do everything in your power to change the water, but you count it as I'm just drinking water, right? Think now. I put tea, I made tea, that's water, but what you did was when you added that tea and added all that stuff in there, that's something that your liver and your pancreas has to filter out, right? So it's not just water. It's become something else. You do get a little hydration from it. It's like kind of eating a peach, you know. It got water in it, but is it water? No. I'm gonna tell you why. You always keep trying to do everything in your power to change the taste of your water. You try to do everything in your power to change the taste of your water, and it's gonna go beyond a little bit beyond science. Okay. Your body know that ain't right. Okay, I ain't got no scientific proof of none of this stuff. Your body knows something is wrong with that water in the house. We got senses that we don't even know. We got senses in our body that we don't even talk about because we don't either understand them or they're so natural that we don't even know we're doing it naturally. You don't drink water, not because you hate water. Your body senses. First, you smell the water without even, you ain't doing it. No, your body literally, you smelling it, tasting it before it even get to your mouth, like, and you will set that down. Your body is telling you, do not put no more of that in me. Think about this. It's easier to drink pop. It's easier to drink juice because you now you eating junk. It's like eating a Debbie cake, right? It got sugar in it. Sugar is addictive. That's why it's easy to drink tea, pop, coffee, all the other stuff because it got sugar in it. Sugar is addictive, just like the white powdery drug, we ain't gonna say. It's just as addictive. So your body craves that for the addiction. You can't drink water because your body feels as though that's something that's going to harm us because it got so much crap in it. You will literally drink more water if you start filtering it. I don't care what brand you use. I don't care what kind of filtration system you use. I'm telling you now, health-wise, try to drink more water. If you're trying to lose weight, this is the main key right here besides what you put in your mouth is your water. For not, it just ain't just your food. If you do not hydrate your organs that's supposed to help you burn the fat or help wash the fat out of your body, you doing it for nothing. You could be eating the right foods and not hydrate. Hey, baby, come on in here. Get your butt up in here.
I'm about to go in here and find me something to eat.
I'll cook your food.
Where is my food?
I'm about to come in here and cook it for you.
Hey, y'all.
My baby home. Okay, I'm on my way in there.
Okay.
So, why you whip your hair back like Black Widow? But really, family, you don't drink enough water because it's gross. Your body is poison. It's this stuff in this water that ain't right. We all know it. Go to any filter. Do me a favor. Here's your homework today, like Lady Leah say. Here's your homework. After this video is over, which is about to be over, go YouTube how water filtration plants work in your state, city, location, whatever. If you look at how water filtration works, you're going to start trying to figure out a way to filter your water on your own. Here's the other problem with city water. Think about this. How many people take medication for whatever ailment you got? Okay, when that's passed through the body, all of that is not filtered out through your kidneys and everything else. It's not fully filtered out. That's why your pee be yellow. So you literally just peed those drugs into the toilet. Those drugs they go through the big, huge water filtration plant. Those same drugs that some dude took 50 miles away or 10 miles away, they go through the water filtration plant and is half-ass filtered. All they're worried about is taking out the smell and taking out the taste. The all the way down to the nitty-gritty chemical factor, they like, good luck with that. They feel that if we put enough bleach in this water, it's going to, number one, dull down the smell of everything else in here. Number two, it's going to kill a lot of the bacteria that's going to end up killing people. But go and look at how many drugs still get through the water filtration system, your city water filtration system, and end up right here in your glass. Imagine that. Imagine that. And we keep wondering why everybody is having so many birth defects, Our children are being born with so many birth defects. Some of us have a lot of mental issues that we cannot explain. Some of us are losing hair where nobody in my family has ever lost a thread of hair in their lives. Think about this. I'm like the first generation in a long line of me's to ever be balding. Why? Nothing that's happening to our people these days are being explained. That's because half of it is in the food and the water that we take into our body. It's not genetic. Some of us are overweight. Some of us are fat. Some of us has, somebody's just said, autism. Some of us are being born mentally handicapped. That is not because that was not genetic. That is not genetic. All of those are not genetic. It's what we're putting in our bodies that's transforming our bodies into some kind of, basically, it's transforming our DNA. Imagine that. Think of all the prescription pills that people take. Just any one of them off the top of your head. What are they used for, right? Depression, anxiety, diabetes. I could go high blood pressure. So what would happen if you sat in a trap house and you took one of every drug that's on the table? You're going to overdose and something bad is going to happen. So imagine in your tap water, you're literally getting microscopic doses of all of the people's medications in your whole neighborhood. What do you think that's going to eventually do to you or do to your unborn child or your adolescent? Don't you see that nothing is making any sense anymore? The senseless crimes, senseless murders that people do. You know, back in the day, we could explain it. Oh, this dude just like killing people. We could explain that, correct? All right. He admitted it. That's just was his thing. He was into that. Now they will do it and they get him in jail. Why did you do that? I don't know. It was Thursday, I guess. What? His whole family be like, all of a sudden, I'm just call him. I ain't gonna say no name because that somebody might take that personal. All of a sudden, our brother just start acting strangely. All of a sudden, our sister start acting strangely. She's never been known to do drugs. She's never been known to do alcohol. She's never had a drink. She won't take a drink. She got in a fight one day because somebody called her a punk because she wouldn't take a shot. She would never do drugs. All of a sudden, she rolling like a tumbleweed in the middle of Main Street and threatening people with a knife until the police have to end the conflict. And now the world is torn apart because this innocent girl has been shot because she was acting erratic, and nobody can still explain it. It's in the food, it's in the water, it's in the air we breathe, and it's changing everything about us. It ain't gotta be that you off in a trap house doing dirt. Not no more. Not no more. It's in the average stuff we do every day. Look at the back of anything you eat. Look at the back of it. And try let me I'm just gonna do something real quick because I know I got some bull crap up here somewhere. Hold on. I know I got something stupid up here. Most of the food I got in here is my own food. So canned food. Food that I canned, I keep on board. So I'm just gonna look at this steak seasoning. Just for giggles. Just for giggles. Now, excuse me, because I won't be able to. Okay. Soy sauce. the ingredients. Woo. Hybridized soy protein. What is that? Water, we get it. Salt, we get it. Corn syrup, that's already a no-no. Caramel coloring. What is caramel coloring? Onion, garlic, monosodium glutamate. What is monosodium glutamate? Sugar, ginger, paprika. Sugar, ginger, paprika. This actually has the least amount of chemicals I've ever seen in anything. But what is soy protein? What is caramel coloring? What is monosodium glutamate? It don't matter. Think about this. If you use the monosodium glutamate, somebody say MSG, monosodium glutamate, now mix that with whatever the hell you about to put it on. What's in this bread? Because you about to make a sandwich. What's in the meat? What's in the drink that you're going to have with it? All of that mixed together is like you ODing on different kinds of drugs and chemicals. Right? After a while, you keep on, what do the doctor tell you? Do not mix medications. When you go to the doctor, the first thing the doctor say, give me a list of all of your medications. The doctor or the nurse is going to say, I need a list or it's in your record of all your medications, correct? If you have started any new medications, please put that on the list. When you go into the doctor's office, every time they already know you, but you got to fill that list out. Any new notification, any new medications. Because they want to know before they prescribe you a new medication, is this going to combat the other medications that you're already on? Because if you forget and don't tell them the medication that you're already on and he gives you something, it could kill you. Okay? We keep wondering why people are doing really crazy stuff because some of them are on depression medication, anxiety medication, and somebody prescribed them this stuff and didn't know they was diabetic, and they taking diabetic medication, and they taking high blood pressure medication, and all that stuff is mixed up in the body and sets your brain on fire. Next thing you know, you somewhere causing havoc in the mall, or running down the middle of the street, no pants, no drawers on. That don't end well either. But I said all that to say this. I don't care how you do it. I'm not promoting this company because I have no affiliation whatsoever. Just filter your doggone water. And the only reason I'm showing it because this brand is a beast. That's all I'm saying. I can drink more water just without putting any doggone thing in it. And this, I looked at it like this. If it's going to help me drink more doggone water, then doggone it, that's what I'm going to do. If that's going to help me drink more water, that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to go in here. Let me see. Oh, look, that mug almost empty. It done ran through a gallon already. I told you, it don't take long. That's more than a gallon gone. Once you clean up your filters, you good. So what we going to do now, oh, who was that good-looking guy on the TV back there? I know that dude from somewhere. Good-looking young man. So we going to come in here. We going to come in here. And this is my favorite place here. Okay. Now, we're going to purge this together. We purge together. Purge together. Oh, baby. Let me purge him out. So this is what we got to do. Let that run for a second. All this water is going into the gray tank. And then we made love, love, love. I, I'm gonna run the shower a little bit, but you see, I got the washer in here. The mini washer is sitting in the shower because we don't use the shower. I don't know too many people in the RV use the shower. Um, you just go in there and make a mess anyway. I'll purge the shower later. Wait. We cry together. There we go. Come on. There it is. Spit it out. Spit it out, boy. All right. We good. We good. I wanted to do that before we leave. Because now I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to roll up out of here. And everybody was wondering about the toilet. This is how this works. Let me purge that because I didn't think about that. Yes, it's clean. So this is how you flush your toilet in an RV. Like this. First, you fill it up. Let me purge it. It's going to fill up with water. It'll do it on its own. There it goes, running now. It's going to fill up with water. All right. And all you do to flush it is push the pedal again. And watch. It's going to fill back up with water. A little bit just to catch the pudding. And that's all to it. It's that simple. Now I'm ready to go on my trek. Oh, somebody asked me a question and I didn't get it right. And I think it may have came across a little rude. So I apologize. For the tissue paper, I got an email on that. For the tissue paper, yes, you use degradable tissue paper. You don't use normal house tissue paper or you will have a huge mess. So yes, buy as many of these doggone toothbrushes, dollar store toothbrushes, that cost $1 as you can find. You know, you get these from Walmart and stuff. Just buy tons of those. And I got buckets and buckets of those, and I just leave them in my RV because you never know what you're going to get. You just never know. Okay, so with this all being said, family, we cry together. Any last final questions before we get out of here? Because I know it's Sunday. Y'all want to spend time with your family. It's about dinner time or lunchtime, after church dinner. Do you use any enzymes to break down the poop or sludge? Yes, I use, oh my God, I use natural bacteria enzymes. I forgot the name of the brand, but yes, I do. Yes, I do, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's one of the things that if you don't use those bacteria enzymes to start that bacteria down in that pudding pot, this whole RV is going to smell like it's on the highway to hell. And it smell like it It only starts stinking real bad when you driving because it's in there sloshing around, right? If you don't put that, I don't use chemical. I don't use the chemical at all. I use the natural bacteria that, of course, does not work as well as the chemical. So you just got to stay on top of it. But yes, use that bacteria enzyme and get that thing rocking. You know what I'm going to try this year? I'm going to try to use pour a little kombucha down there and hope that the bacteria in the kombucha start to something. Cause while you driving, you gonna be like, oh, must be a farm around here somewhere. God, what, you see any cows? No, it's coming from the back. Can we see you distiller? I don't have it on me right now. Can you see my distiller? I have a video. If you go to my video, I have an electric distiller and I have a fire burning distiller. If you go to my water purification playlist, you can see it right there in action. How do you empty out your septic tank in the RV if I had it right? You got it right. How do you empty it out? You connect a long hose to it, and it's a hole on the side of the building, the bus, and you literally pull a tank opener, and all the pudding comes out the hose, and it goes down in the septic tank or whatever park you at, or in my mobile pudding pot. That's a good question. Question: I cannot find the distiller on Amazon. The copper tubing. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Let me see. You're basically driving a big pile of crap down the road if you don't use the enzymes to break it down. Yes, and those enzymes, they don't work the best. But I'm doing my best not to pollute the earth. I don't want to put the chemicals in the ground. Even I know they work better. And sometimes just stay on. Listen, just keep. What about the washing machine, Tiffany? Cause we could. This is a long video already, anyway. Huh?
I said I'll be back.
Okay,
I'm
honey.
about to go for a walk.
Okay. Um. Uh. I lost what I was saying. The washing machine. What about the washing machine? Cause I lost what I was saying. It's a mobile septic tank, Michael Jr. Let me see. Okay. What brand is the washing machine? Okay. What brand is the washing machine? This mug work like gangbusters. I'm gonna have to do a video on just the washing machine. If you have an RV, you're gonna need some kind of way to wash your clothes. All of that beat your stuff over a rock. Is your washing machine listed on any other video? No, because I haven't done a video on it yet. But I'm going to just for you guys because it's a beast. I'm gonna just show you right now. It's lightweight. You can pick it up. Imagine I picked it up and put it in here. And it's a name brand. I just can't remember what it is. I think it's a Black and Decker. It's a Black and Decker top loader, and it washes my clothes better than my big washer in the house. And all I do is hook this tube up right here to my sink, and I wash my clothes. And then the water comes out the back, out of this hose right here, and goes down the sink. Down the drain in the shower. So we wash our clothes right here. But then, and I'm talking about this quiet, we wash our clothes in there, and then if we had an RV park or something, we run um, um, a mobile laundry line. We take either some paracord or I don't like using that little laundry line. That thing is flimsy. Just get you some paracord, attach it to a couple trees, attach it to your RV, and wind dry your clothes. I don't want to get the dryer. It's just that'll take up entirely too much space. But there you go. How much water does it use? How much water does what use? Oh, the washing machine. I think it's like 4 or 5 gallons, something like that. The price went up $45 on the plastic Berkey. I believe it. I believe that because everybody is getting hip to it. I'm telling you, everybody, do me a favor. 2 things on for the homework. Go on Facebook Market and go look at prices of RVs. That's number one. Number two, what's that? What? Oh, that threw me off. That threw me off. Hold on. My brain is not with it right now. If the power goes out, can you use that with the solar generator like the Blue Eddy? Yes, I have demonstrated. I did a video and I never finished it. I can show you. Oh, I did put it in a video. I put it in. I want to say I put it in the by beam video. I know I may have edited that out, but we can do that right now. What did I do with it? Y'all want to see it cut on? I'm all excited for no reason. This is all about water. It's water day. Y'all want to see me cut that washing machine on. I'm not going to get all crazy with it, but I want to show you. I know the homework research, but I forgot. It was the RV and it was something else important I wanted to tell you. Then somebody said something kind of strange. Yes, let's get this going. I'm going to use this 505 FF power. I got this one. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I got the 505 FF power. You unplug it from my phone. I'm going to be using this. Not the big boy, just 500 watts. This is going to be a little hard because y'all see it's limited space. I'm trying not to break our windows. All right. I think I did put this in the doggone video. Did I edit that out? This is going to be weird, okay? So I'm doing the best I can do. So I'm going to be using the FF Power or the Bibeam or the Alcatel 505, okay? So I'm going to cut that power on just to show you that this will work even when it's washing. Even when it's washing, not just to power the lights on. Even when it's washing, it only need about, like, I think it's like, it be using maybe 300 watts. I can't remember, but I've already done this in the house. That's the reason I bought it, because I wanted to be able to power it on a smaller solar power generator. So, okay, I'm gonna plug this in. I want to prove it so y'all don't think I'm plugging it into my grid power. Okay, you saw that. Now, you just cut it on. Oh, wait, I gotta cut this on. I gotta let me show you. There it is. All right, now you just cut it on. Y'all can't see that. There you go. And now it's just waiting for me to hook the water connection up so it can run. I almost, let me see. I want to see. Let me see something. Dang. Cry. We here. Y'all know it's a long video. I don't got my wrench with me. I'm going to try to do this with my fingers. I don't got my pliers, y'all. I want to do this, but I can't get the sink head off. Y'all hang out in the bathroom. I'm about to get me some pliers. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm reloaded. I thought I took stuff in the house. I know this video is crazy, y'all, but it is what it is. It's knowledgeable. I mean, it ain't always gonna be pixies and daisies. This is just part of the game. Oh, come on now. You acting like, don't be this way, girl. Come on now, we better than that. I've been good to you. All right, I'm actually going to make this work right now so you can see. Like I said, I know this is crazy. See, I need Lady Lead little fingers. Golly. Be good to you, good to you, good to you. I can't, my fingers is too big. She normally do this part. Golly. Because I got to move this little piece out the way on this sink. And my hand is too big. Bear with me, y'all. This is the dumb part. I know this is stupid. I know this is stupid. Bear with me. Because I figured since we in here, we might as well, right? I know I'm going to this might make a mess, okay? Because I can't do it. I can't do it all the way. But I just want to see. This is the quick attachment. This attachment stays on the sink. And this goes on the washing machine. We got our hose already in the back. I'm going to put this description in the box after this, okay? And now you just do the quick clamp. That's it. Now, I'm going to hope this don't make a mess on me. Okay, it is. See that water dripping? Because I don't got it on there tight. But I'm not going to. Woo. I'm going to take it easy. Now, I'm just going to cut it on. Load size. That's good. On 3. Small. No, we changed that to 1. Small. Gentle. No, we put it on normal. Now, start. Okay, now it ain't gonna squirt so bad because the water is waiting for water to go in. See it? If I lift this lid, it's gonna stop. I can't lift it because it's in the way. So I'm gonna cut this water on full blast. And we just gonna let that go ahead. Now, as you can see, all of this is being powered by a 500 watt solar power generator. Okay? Everything is being powered by this FF power. I'll put this generator down in the section below as well. I'll put a link to it. That has a savings code to it. So say it was, okay. Could you have filled it manually with a shower head? Yes, you can. But I wanted to show you it actually worked. We've been here for over an hour and a half. I figured, what's the big deal? Yes. So, while that's filling up, I'm going to answer some, sit right here. Answer some questions while I sit on the commode. Okay. Let me see. I ain't got my glasses. Let me see. Thanks for the washing machine demonstration. I just think it's such a cool machine, and I figured might as well. Let me see. I'm gonna do a whole demonstration on it too. Thank you, Tiffany Sims. I'm with you. Thank you. Say I use my shower to fill mine faster. It probably would feel faster if I used the shower head. Said, Led, please, I'm nervous with the water being so close to the power station. Don't be nervous because nothing is going to happen to you, Chris White. Why would you be nervous? You're going to be fine. I'm going to put the links to everything below. I know my glasses. I just don't want to. I don't want to get back up. Thought it was bio, something almost like Zep. Had microbes to eat. Yep. Wonder if it'll work with Energizer. I don't know. Right now I can tell you it's only pulling 6 watts as it's set. It's literally only using 6 watts to fill up and be lit up. The screen is lit up, and can you see that? Somebody said my glasses is on my shirt. Damn. Damn. You know you old. You know you old, man. Ooh. You know you old when I don't feel like getting up and going out there and get my glasses. Dang, y'all must have seen me. I'm doing one of these. All I needed was a sign in front of me with some jail numbers on it. Okay. Okay, y'all. It's running. It's running. It's running off of the, look, it's only pulling 184 watts. Can y'all see that? While it's washing on normal wash, we up to 201 watts, 164. But as you can see, that's plenty of power to wash your doggone clothes. Can y'all see that okay? Listen how quiet that is. Y'all know this video is crazy, and it is powerful. Listen, ain't no secret. I'm a big man. I got big clothes, right? Uh-oh, here it comes. I cut the water off because it don't need it no more, so it don't spray out. So now it's on settle mode, and it's just about to kick in. Oh, this the part I like. It's about to kick in the juice. It's on, like, what is that? For 38 minutes. Yep, 38 minutes. Wash time. And here's the thing. Listen. I'm a big man. I got big clothes, and it washes my big old clothes. So that's why I went with that one. I had a smaller one, and I still have it. It works great. But it was like, I wash a couple pair of drawers, a couple pair of socks, and it was like, when I done sat in some mud while we fishing, when we go camping and we go out, we're gone for weeks on end sometimes. So I don't like going to laundromats. I just don't like it. You know what? I just don't like the laundromat scene. Okay. So yeah. There you go. I said it. And if you're wondering, yes, I am sitting on the toilet. I'm in the bathroom, if you're wondering. I'm in the bathroom of the RV. So I'm waiting on this thing to kick on. It sets for a minute like it's supposed to. And then it's gonna kick in. Lead, does it drain by pump or by gravity? By pump. It drains by pump. It has a spin cycle. This is a real wash machine. Everything about it is a real wash machine. And it's just smaller. It's by Black & Decker. Would you ever consider getting a spin dryer like a Panda? I thought about it. It'll just take up entirely too much room. I've had no problem air drying my clothes. Just hang them out on the line while you outside grilling and cooking. The next thing you know, your clothes is dry. It don't take as long as you think when you air drying your clothes. Now, if you're in a humid area, you're going to have a little situation. Try to dry them inside the RV on a line. When you in your RV, you're going to be doing more ghetto stuff than you think you'll ever have to do. But yeah. Let me see. Dryers would take a lot of energy. There it go. Now it's washing. It's washing. Dryers would take just entirely too much energy for a long period of time. It's just easier to look. We got that one. Let Mother Nature handle the drying part. Scan Family said, "Lad, we purchased a washer and dryer combo that was the same machine. It has both. 128 watts, 158 watts, or what was it? 126, 156 watts. Washing machine. I think when I said about the 300 watts, I think that's when it's on the spin cycle. So I ain't gonna keep y'all, man. I'm on the toilet in the bathroom, and this is crazy. We about to do something. I'm gonna leave that alone. I think I proved my point well enough with that. Okay. Any last minute questions before we get up out of here? Any last minute questions? You can also, I got the Sawyer mini straw that takes 100,000 gallons. I got that in the description box. I have the other Sawyer mini in the description box. I also have your aqua tabs, the pills you drop in a tank of water. I got those in the description box. And I have the mini Sawyer bag that you do the same thing with this. All right. So there you go. This video must be question. Do you have a schedule when you do your lives? Whenever I feel the need. It's no schedule. It's not a TV show. It's just whenever. The price of RVs will go down given the current cost of gas. I doubt that. Because people ain't just using them to travel. People are using them to live in. The price of RVs are going to go up. If you look online, Facebook Market, or look online for any RV anywhere, look at the prices. It's going to blow your mind. What is the link to the Black & Decker? After this video, I'm going to link it to the description box. The water in the RV, is there a tank that you put the water in to use? Yes, at the very beginning of this video, you will see me literally fill up this tank, my RV tank, so we can run the test on the Berkeys. Oh, look, somebody coming down with theirs. Look. Somebody coming home. Somebody coming home from their own little trippity trip. That could be you. That could be you. That could be you. Say, I have the Sawyer, but I need the Berkey. Need to go over different types of Sawyer. Okay. That was a small generator. If so, how many watts? That was 500 watts. And I'm going to put that in the description box below as well. Hey, Led, if you absolutely needed 5 things to have in the RV, what would it be? Ooh, that's a good question. Food, water, security off the top. And not necessarily in that order. Food, water, security. Now, is we talking about just going camping, or is this survival situation? Because for me, food, water, security, companionship, and something to keep me warm. I would pick something to keep me warm over something to keep me cool, because I can just fan myself. I did that my whole life, fanning myself. But when it comes to when it's too cold, you need something that's gonna keep you warm. So I'm going to say that food, water, security, companionship, and something that's going to keep me warm. I don't know. That's all I got on top of my head right this very minute. Right. You can swim in a lake or water or stand out in the rain. You can fan yourself. You can do a lot of stuff to keep you cool. It's hard to stay warm though. Security like what? I'm gonna let you use your imagination. You know what kind of security I'm talking about. How much does it cost to fill up your RV tank? It varies. It varies. That has a lot of variables to it. I use camping in my RV, the van, practical for survival. Is it better to buy new or used RV? That's completely up to the individual. I can't afford to buy a brand new RV. And when I buy an RV, I want to own it. I don't want to be making payments on my RV. So that's why I always go used. And the used ones usually the owner before it probably done worked out all the kinks and the bugs and they done took it back for recalls and all of that stuff. And that's something I don't have to worry about. I hear that wash machine still back there going. I want to run back there when it's on the spin cycle. Thank you so much, Joanne. Let's say, all right, Sister B, I see you. Tell him I said what's happening. Yeah. Tell my man I said what's going on. It's good to see you over here. And you know what protection I was talking about. Those 5 things are a good list for all of us. They're basic, but you know you can't do nothing without food, water, and you out on the road. You need something to protect yourself. Whatever you feel that you need to protect yourself with, that's what you need to carry with you. Don't go out here all lottie dotty and think that um there's no threats just because you're in this. If anything, you're going to have more threats because for some reason, people think if you have an RV, you got money. And that's not the case at all. People target RVs because they think the person that owns an RV or a camper, they have money. Like I was telling y'all about that protection right now. Because somebody coming down my street looking real stupid. Question: where is a good place to shop for a used RV? Just look online. Start at Facebook Market. It's draining the water. It's draining out the water. I wanted to see this part. There it go. Draining out the water. Looking at that make me gotta pee. Now I want to see it when it hit the spin cycle. Yeah, that's a lot of water. Yeah, it's about 5 gallons. All right, it's about over now. Thank you, Black Panther. Thank you. Okay, see that pump? The pump is jerking the last of the water out. Yeah, I got my hammer in my hand right now because I seen something stupid. Full of nails. Here we go. There it is. What do you do with gray water? You got to take it to a dump facility. Like a truck stop or something like that. Here we go. Okay, it's using 229 watts. It's only using 179. It's only using 179, but it surged up to 200 and something watts. Remember, we're working with 500 watts, 600 watt hours. So boom, there you go. We on high spin. We on a high spin, and it's only using 167 watts. I'm gonna let you use your imagination for the rest. So that's a full cycle. Once it's done spinning a few times, it'll be done. All right. So it don't get no better than that. Spins real good. Yeah, it don't get no better than that. That showed you everything right there. That wash cycle is about over. Remember, it was only 30 minutes. Have you been using those washers for the past 2 years? No, I haven't. Just been using it for a year. What attachments are needed to hook up to the sink? It literally comes with the attachments to hook up to the sink. Can it be difficult for a large RV to go uphill mountains and side steep hills? No. You see that all the time. Does that shake your camper? No, you just literally washed it. It wasn't moving. It rocked a little, but once it got going, it was still as a bell. What did you hook up to the sink faucet? It has a little sink connector to it. You don't have to hook it to the sink if you don't want to. You can hook it up normal like you do in the house. But that's a sink connector. You can hook it up on a sink in your house, in your apartment, in your shed, wherever you want to. It'll hook up to a sink faucet. As for your compost toilet, how do you empty it? We it has a bag in it. I keep a bag in it, and you can either throw it away or you can not use a bag and just go dig a hole and pour it in the hole and cover it up, just like we supposed to do. And then rinse it out. What does guava mean? Guava means hello. Guava means I love you. Guava means cheers. Guava is like aloha. Guava is kindness. Guava is I love you. Guava is everything positive. That's why we always say it here in the Greenhouse Lounge. Lead, does it ever have to water pressure the water? I don't understand your question. Does it need to have water pressure for the washer? No. You can just fill it up with a bucket of water if you wanted to. It doesn't even have to be hooked up to your sink. So where does guava come from then? Guava came from a good friend of mine here on YouTube. And want to hear the crazy part? It's just because I like the way she said guava. I like the way she said guava so much that we made a game out of it years ago, and it stuck with us all in the Greenhouse Lounge, and we've been saying it ever since, and that's what it means to me because it made us all feel so good. We had such a great time. Her name is Garden Love. If you go over to the Garden Love Homestead, go over to her channel and tell her Led sent you. Her name is Garden Love. Her real name is Diana. Go to the Garden Love channel and tell her Led sent you. That's where the word came from. And I turned that word that I like her saying so much into a word of peace. That's why I say it. Could I hook my garden hose up to the washer? Yes, you can. Please go over to Diana Garden Love Homestead. Please go over there and tell her Led said we all love her. She's a good woman. She got a big homestead, great garden, chickens, bees, everything. She got the whole thing going on too. Wonderful woman. Her and her husband and her baby girls, wonderful people. Okay. Yes, it's a word of peace. You will never hear me say guava. You will never hear me, and that's probably the first time I've ever done that just now, and it made me sick to my stomach. But you'll never hear me use that in a negative term ever. Even it's like aloha, goodbye in peace. It ain't nothing ever horrible. And every time somebody use it for a horrible reason, which I've seen it used for horrible reasons to describe me, they just put nose curses on their own self. Thank you, Yolanda Wilson. Yes, it's a universal word in the Greenhouse Lounge. So, uh, All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We've been on here for like 2 hours, I think. Yeah, over 2 hours. So there you go, you guys. Thank you. I hope I was able to help a little bit. I wish I could have remembered what else I had. It was something very important I wanted to tell you guys. How did you do the blue jug like that? It's in the beginning of the video, okay? You can go check out the beginning of the video. Here's the other thing too. Um, Somebody said, why the term lead farmer? I hope that answered your question. Um, is there a brand of RV that you prefer over the other ones? Yes, one that's running. It doesn't matter what brand it is. Just make sure it's good and it's safe. Okay? Just make sure it's what you want and what you need. Don't go by anything that you need to get in there and make sure it's what you want. So anybody else? Any questions real quick before I let us out of school? Somebody even told me, I think I know where you live. Don't come here. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. Don't come here unannounced. I've had that happen several times, and those people, they won't do that no more. Don't do that. Say, I know today was water, but when is the next making live? I missed that. No problem on a mission. You take care too. Was Rue prep grow survive? Why would anyone think that would be okay? It you know what? I think people just don't quite reciprocate the respect because you get a chance to see me. You get a chance to see parts of my life. I don't know who you are, especially when you don't even show me a face on your thumbnail or your picture. I don't know who you are. Like, it's me, Randy. It's me, man. I always be in your lives. No, I don't know. All I see in my life is somebody named Randy. Man, what you coming here for? Don't do that. You know. And people think for some reason you can hide your identity online. If you Google anybody, you'll find them. You'll find them. It's not hard anymore. Oh, Prepper Girl said it's rude to come uninvited to someone's home. Amen. I don't know when that rule changed. But yeah, definitely. And that I'll be trying to get people to know, like, man, I don't know you. It's a lot of YouTubers that I literally know personally. But it's a lot of YouTubers I don't. And those are the ones for some reason seem like I'm gonna just show up to his house. You can go online and Google anybody and know where they live. Anybody. Anybody. And it might not even cost you a nickel to do it. The real question is, should you go over there? That's the real question to me. Absolutely not. And you don't know people's intentions either. And you know what? Dang, I'm gonna say that in another video. I ran into a friend of ours here in the Greenhouse Lounge. I ran into him the other day, and we was we was out looking at mini bikes, and he's a lab farmer. I was a little nervous at first, man, but he was cool. Um, will adding clothes put more strain on the motor and use more power? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. But at the same time, we was only using 160 something watts. So how much more strain is it going to take? We got 500 watts to play with, right? Basically, before we surge. So we got 600 surge watts to play with. I don't think your clothes is going to make it surge done. 30-minute wash time? Oh, I think it'll be okay. And what do they want when they text or call? When they show up, they don't want anything. They want to see me or Lady Led for some reason. Yes, I do. Cloud Shack. When you can find the components, let's put it like that. That got stupid real quick, didn't it? I always always make my own ammunition because what if ammunition bad? Well, when ammunition was gone, you couldn't find no primers or nothing no more. You couldn't find no powder, no primers, no nothing. So I do make my own ammo, but it's just as dumb as, and the prices of all your primers and powder and everything else, all the prices of that stuff go through the roof too. So it's just as bad. So if you don't know how to make your own powder, then you are still in a bad situation. Which of those Berkeys do you use in your home? Um, I just recently in the 6 months started using the clear one more. I literally will bring this out here when we leave and then take it back in the house. When I first, what kind? I thought that was my wife. You can. There's plenty of videos out there where you can go watch that take place. I don't show that because YouTube don't like that. That's why I don't show my tools, I don't show my Glock Wallers, and I don't show their kibble because you can hear them bark, but I won't show them no more. And it's a lot of people that don't quite understand why why I don't show it anymore because you have no idea. A lot of my friends in the 2A community have no idea. I'm going to dip into this real quick, okay? My friends in the 2A community have no idea that you're being watched. What do you do when purchasing an RV? Do a whole video, and I'm going to take y'all RV shopping with me. But all my friends that have protection, if you keep making videos about that, that's one of the reasons that I stopped making videos about it. I stopped making videos about my tools because I was contacted. One of the reasons. The other reason, that's some nonsense, but the other reason was stupid. But the other reason is because when somebody contacts you from higher up, um, to basically tell you they know what you're doing, I didn't want to get into that. I didn't want to do that no more. And then another thing is too, um, when it comes to us prepping and everything like that, part of what you're doing is showing your things that you have, showing the food that you stored, showing the water. That's part of the sacrifice that some of us take for showing other people how to get themselves together, right? That's part of the sacrifice that us preppers take by showing you here on YouTube is by exposing some of the things that we have. But as far as your protection, you know, that's government. And when they contact you and let you know they're watching you, you also have that's a headache by itself. Number two, your monetization, you can hang that up. Number three, the rules keep changing so much between the government and YouTube that you don't know if you're doing something right or wrong day to day. You can make a mistake. Something that was on YouTube yesterday, today they'll end up shutting your video down because of a rule change. And when it comes to, your protection, those rules change constantly. Constantly. The laws change constantly. So I got tired of that. So if you keep showing off all of your tools in your toolbox, people want that. They want that more than they want your food. They want that more than they want your water and your supplies. If you keep showing your tools, they want that. Of course, it'll be stupid to approach somebody with a bunch of tools, but look how stupid right now is. Look how stupid everything is. People is trying everybody. It's they taking a risk. They rather the risk to them of getting smeared is not greater than acquiring what you accumulate. They rather risk getting themselves smeared trying to take what you got because they think they'll get away with it. YouTube is anything but private. Ain't nothing private. And people keep saying, "Hey, don't show what kind of car you drive." Man, you think people don't know what kind of car I drive? And this is another thing for my YouTubers too, as well. If you are a YouTube creator, do not think for one freaking second that your neighbors, your co-workers, your friends and family do not see you. So before you open your mouth talk about your neighbor, you better make sure you about to make sure, get your mouth right, cause they know. Everybody around me know exactly how I feel about them, cause I told them personally. I like a couple of them, the rest of them, man, leave me alone. YouTube is not private, and YouTube creators, um, YouTube creators take a chance and a risk for the things that they do to show you, to help you get yourself together. They do. Because you could be in the store, you don't know whether somebody coming in, hey, land farmer, I don't know if you friend or foe. So if you ever see me out in the open and I kind of look at you kind of side eye, it ain't hate. It's like, man, I don't know if you want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to give me some dap or you want to put something in my ribs. So I looked at the Clearwater Berkey reviews. It has some negative reviews. Do you like yours lit? I love mine. And everything got negative reviews. I promise you. I mean, listen, to each his own. If you want to go by that, go by that. But I have zero problems with mine. YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, you got some freaks out there to follow you too. And then, only problem with them, they ain't carrying protection all the time. You think because I got on jogging pants, I don't got no protection? I keep them Glock wallers. And can you see this? You can't, can you? I'm gonna say one word, a couple of words. North American Arms. I keep them. Man, I don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere. Anybody that understand what I just said know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even got to describe it. I don't got to say nothing else. North American Arms. So don't be quick to be running up on people. You saw my hand only, right? Of course you did. And my thumb, North American Arms. Just go Google it. It's all to it. If I got on something flop, I could come out here in my drawers, man. North American Arms. You ain't gonna see nothing. All right. Don't be walking around all willy nilly. And this ain't just for YouTubers and Instagrammers and people on platforms. This go for anybody. These days and time, the world is crazy. Don't be just walking around like you you at Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory, tasting the doggone daisy cups and stuff, man. Better keep your head on swivel. You think somebody playing? This world is stupid, man. This world is too stupid. And put it like this: your car keep getting broken into, right? Think about this. Everybody that's had their car broken into in the last year, Imagine this. How many times has it been broken into in 1 year? I had my car broken into maybe 4 or 5 times. What does that tell me? That tells me, shows me desperation. Number one. Number two, it shows me they're so stupid. There is nothing in any of my vehicles that's worth your life. You would risk your life in the middle of the night to steal change out of somebody's drinking cup holder out of their Toyota Camry. They didn't even think it through. They just want to see which door is unlocked. The first door is unlocked, they go in there and steal the dumbest stuff. So that's how much, if you just stole $3 of quarters and nickels out of my cup holder, it ain't crackheads. It ain't crackheads. It's just dumb people, silly little kids that don't know no better. But you got to start teaching your children about their self-worth. Okay? What I mean by that is your life worth $3 and change? We gotta tell our children this. We gotta start telling them in a better way. Is your life worth the price of a used Toyota Camry? If you're gonna steal the car, is your life worth $2,500? You know, how much money are you gonna make off of this wicked Italian job deal? You stole this Mini Cooper. Is it a block of gold in this for you? No. You either gonna get arrested, you're gonna get shot, or shot at. Is that worth it? That if we gotta start telling our kids about our self-worth, man, if we keep on going this way and not telling them, telling our young ladies and telling our young men what really worth, you know why our young kids do this? Not because it's poor guidance. No. Because a lot of these kids, like myself, I had a mother and a father in the home. Good family, good upbringing. It's not that they're not telling me right from wrong. It's certain things that you miss that you think your child is supposed to know already, but they don't. You know what it is? Tell them how much they're worth. Not tell them how much they're worth to you. Tell them how much they're worth to themselves. Tell them how much they're worth. If you keep driving that into a kid's head, how much you're worth, you know what you're going to have? You're going to have a less fatherless baby rate, pregnancy rate, a less of a fatherless pregnancy rate. Because that girl, before she open her legs, she going to look at this dude and be like, I like you, but man, can we just wait? Like, can we just wait? You're gonna get that in her head. I like you. It's just like somebody having only $5. Do I want to go and get me, a $5 combo meal, or do I want to save that $5 to be able to catch the bus to work and home and school tomorrow? Just make them think about it first. These kids don't have no thought of worth at all. It ain't that they don't know right from wrong, because they do. They know when they enter your home or enter your car, they know they're doing wrong. What they don't know is this wrong worth it? They have not been told how much each chip is worth. When you go gamble in Vegas, you're told, okay, the black chips is worth $500. The red chips is worth $2,500, right? You're told what everything on the board is worth. When you playing cards, you ante up. What's the new ante? Okay. We're not telling the kids what the wages are. What are you worth? We don't tell them that. So they go out here and thinking they can get away with anything. And once they realize behind bars, listen, tell your kids and your family members what they're worth. Tell your wife and tell your husband what they worth to you, and tell them what they worth to themselves. You know what? Tell your kids and them what they worth. You do it before they end up behind bars, and they're going to find out how much they're worth the wrong way. You know how that is? I'm going to find out I'm worth a carton of cigarettes and a honey bun. Don't let your kids find out they worth a pack of cigarettes and a damn honey bun for somebody to take your cheeks too. Like, man, that's my bitch. Nah, that's me. Nah, that's mine. Nah, that's me, bro. Man, I got a pack of these squares. Honey bun. Honey bun? What kind of honey bun, fool? You know kind. Little Debbie. Cool. Go with him. See, out here, if you figure out how much you worth, you will realize once you figure out how much you worth out here on the outside, you know what you're going to figure out? You're going to figure out you're priceless. Everything about you, your spirit, your soul, your body, everything about you, you're going to realize that you're priceless. You're royalty. That's what you're going to figure out when you out here free. In time, you're going to realize you are priceless. You are royalty. But if you mess around and nobody ends up telling you that you worth something, you worth praying for. If nobody ever tells you that, they're going to end up telling you how much you worth in prison, and all you're going to be worth is a pack of smokes and a honey bun. And for the rest of your life until you die in prison, you're going to think all you worth is a pack of cigarettes and a honey bun, and anybody can buy you. So I'm sorry I went off on that rant while we're talking about water. Was I raving? I'm sorry about that, y'all. I be feeling so bad, man, about kids that do this dumb stuff. Cause I used to be that dumb kid that did that dumb stuff. Unfortunately, I had to find my self-worth, and it took a long time. Part of me finding my self-worth was finding my wife. And I'm supposed to be this big, strong, big bad dude, but you don't understand. It is more to being a big, strong man, alpha, than being hardcore. It's also making the right decisions. And I promise to you, I didn't used to make the right decisions. Being hardcore and being in a gang and all the dirt stuff and crime that you can do does not make you hardcore, man. Part of the hardcore, guess what? It's easy to get in a fight. And it's easy sometimes to whip somebody else's ass. It's easy. But you know what's hard? The hardest thing to do? The hardest thing to do is the right thing. The hardest thing to do is take your ass home when you see something don't smell right. It's hard to look, man, y'all go ahead without me. That's hard because you're going to be called everything under the sun. You're going to be called a lot of punks, bitches, and everything else. They're going to call you everything under the sun, but you're going to be alive. You didn't ride with them fools that night that got shot up, and you're going to live with is that memory like me right now. You're going to live with that memory that you did not get in that car. Woo! Something clicked that my mama finally hit me with it. Man, I don't think I'm going to go, man. Man, for real, man, we did this because this was your idea. Don't go. Let's just stay here, man. Drink a couple 40s, man. And, you know what I'm saying? I got the first 40. Let's just stay. I don't feel right, man. Ain't it going to rain or something? Man, the weather, ain't it going to rain? Let's just stay to the house, man. So, please, tell your folks what they worth before they find out the hard way. Please do that for me. I know that's way off track from where we started from, but man, that was on my heart. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm about 2 clicks from crying. Sometimes I laugh. I promise you, y'all. Y'all see me laugh a lot. Sometimes I laugh to keep me from Toledo, so you know exactly. Everybody have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope you learned something in any part of this crazy long video. All right, live from 73. I love y'all, and I'm gonna put my glasses back on my shirt. Thank everybody for that. All right, live from 73. I love you, and I'm out. I'll put those links up on the description right now.